Hi, and welcome to this week's True Crime live stream. If you're new here, I'm FEARSONA, you can call me FEARSONA Red, and I'm your friendly neighborhood True Crime VTuber, here to give you full body chills. Is my microphone working? Oh, it is. Okay, never mind. For a moment I was like, damn, did I forget to turn on my microphone as usual. Okay, so today we have a pretty unique case that I came across just recently, and honestly it blew my mind. Like, it really blew my mind that I've never heard of it, but it actually re-emerged not too long ago. I think it re-emerged this missing person kind of re-emerged in 2012, 2013, so it wasn't like that long ago. No, never mind, it's been 10 years. but it's still kind of, you know, it's been 10 years and it's still like people just scratch their heads because it hasn't been explained. Okay, and thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. I am happy that you're here. I'm happy that you're here on a weekday. Okay, so before we start, I just wanted to thank you guys for tuning in for my birthday stream. It was super fun. Unfortunately, I did have to remove it because YouTube is stupid, and yeah, and you know, a lot of copyright claims there, which understandable. But the stream was never monetized. Like, you know, there were never ads or anything. Like, I didn't turn on the ads, so I was like, but this is, you know, you don't have to, but it's okay. I'd rather not risk, you know, having my channel taken down or anything. So from now on, if I do, you know, if I do stream karaoke, again, like singing stream, I'm just not gonna save it. It's just gonna be gone the moment the stream ends. Yeah, it will be gone. So if you're not there for the stream, I mean, you're not missing much. You would be only missing out on a hungry, injured seagull singing, but it's okay. It's Wednesday, no school. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, DJ, because you graduated. Congrats again. I missed the birthday stream, sorry. No worries, Jinx. There's gonna be more singing streams. Maybe not that many because I'm not a singer. I'm just, you know, like I much prefer my true crime streams and spooky stuff. But you know, occasional celebration stream. But we have different things. We have some other events on Patreon. This week, this weekend, there's gonna be a hangout with Platinum through Diamond tier. And during that hangout, I'm gonna be streaming games. So, like, we're gonna play games together and I'm gonna stream. So it's gonna be me versus Angry Mob yet again. I don't know how that's gonna go. You guys, if you're on Discord, if you are on Patreon, you can check out like what games do I have, what games we will possibly stream. There's Crab Game, there's Don't Starve Together, Dead by Daylight, Phasmophobia, all that good stuff, you know. Yeah, sadly YouTube doesn't allow them. Really sucks when some people only do singing streams because the channels are empty. Aw. Yeah, like unfortunately, like it's unfortunate, but I had to remove it. And hi Blaze! Wait, Vlad is here, hi! Who else? Who else? The Base Don Holy, unarchived karaoke. Yeah, unarchived, basically. The Based Don Holy. Sorry for mispronouncing your name. Misreading. The grandma missed me. What? Okay, so yeah, if you look at the pinned message, you can get the link to my Patreon page, and that's where I stream bonus true crime streams. There's not gonna be a bonus true crime stream this week because I have 2 events for Platinum through Diamond tier. But next week I will stream the History, Mystery, and Wine stream, which is a drunk history stream, and that's a Patreon exclusive series now. So you've seen me stream 1 episode on YouTube. But from now on, it's only gonna be on Patreon. So, yeah, if you wanna catch me drunk, you know, again, and talking about some weird shit that happened in history a while ago, hundreds of years ago, then you can head over to my Patreon and you know, join if you can and join us on stream. Okay, So, hi Rai. Oh, it's been a while. And wait, Askenas Fernandez. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I mispronounced your name. But hi, hi. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wait, I don't know if I been in an old stream from yours. I think I did. Have you changed your username? That's the question. Because if you have, I might not remember everyone. So if you have, thank you so much. If you haven't, hey, welcome. I hope you enjoyed this one. This is my second stream of yours. I catch the first being your birthday. It was a blast, so I'm excited. Nice. Oh yeah, Vlad, you've been there for my birthday stream. So well, this one is a little different, but I hope that you have fun. I hope that you enjoy it. Oh, hi Nicholas. Hi, I just got here. How are things going? Well, I mean, it's just been the intro. I just did the intro, and now we're gonna switch to the case. So let's, without further ado, God, I can't speak today. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. All right. So, have you guys heard of the Body Worlds exhibition? It's actually a pretty unique and some say grotesque and disturbing exposition that presents basically dissected human bodies, animals, and other specimens that were, you know, preserved through the specific process of plastination. That's the name of the process, and it was developed by a German anatomist. Oh God, I can't pronounce this name, but Gunther von Hagens. I guess it's Gunther. Gunther von Hagens in the late 1970s through 1980s. That's when the plastination process had been developed. Today's story isn't about the exhibition itself, but about one of the specimens, a human specimen of a heavily pregnant woman. So this exposition is actually a traveling exhibition. And I believe it's traveled around Europe. Like now it's, you know, world famous. It's traveled to Japan, definitely in the United States, to like different cities, different states. So it's gotten pretty big at the beginning of 2000s. Like it's in 2000, early 2000s, it was like super, you know, famous and just, you know, the one exhibition in Japan alone, in Tokyo, in 1995, I think it brought like 25 million people or something. It was crazy. And one in Europe just brought like 40 million or so, like in early 2000. So it was huge. And oh, hi Fallout. Thank you so much for coming. It's been a while. Okay, so as I said, like today's story isn't exactly about the exhibition alone, but it is about a very specific human specimen of a pregnant woman. And this body may belong to the missing Chinese TV anchor or announcer, the woman who suddenly disappeared somewhere around 1998 or 1999. This is the story of Zhang Weijie and the dark side of the Body Worlds exhibition. So moving on. The story actually begins in 2012, when reports started coming in about one particular specimen in the Body Worlds, the Mystery of the Human Body exhibition, and an old, puzzling mystery re-emerged. So the specimen I'm talking about is a woman in an advanced stage of pregnancy, and it was rumored to be the body of Zhang Weijie, a news anchor from Dalian in China, who vanished between 1998 and 1999, as I said. So this is the woman, obviously. The witness testimonies stated that the shape of the specimen's skull, as well as some other features of the pregnant woman's face and body, strongly resembled Zhang Weijie. Not to mention the fact that the specimen was in the same stage of pregnancy as the news anchor at the time of her disappearance. But let's step back, take a small step back and answer an important question. How would this woman end up as an, as an exhibit or specimen at the Body Worlds event at all? So what is the connection between the exhibition, the missing woman, and the city of Dalian in China? One person is connected to all three, and that person's name was Bo Xi. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it. Bo Xilai. And Bo Xilai is the former mayor of Dalian. At one point, Bo Xilai was believed to be at the same level of power as China's supreme leader Xi Jinping. And for some time, there were even rumors that he would be the next supreme leader of China. Like, that was at one point in history. That obviously didn't happen. But there's no question that Bo Xilai was a very powerful man, close to the current supreme leader. See, although Bo Xilai was married to Gu Kailai, he had a mistress. And that mistress was none other but Zhang Weijie. And it is believed that Zhang Weijie fell pregnant with Bo Xilai's child, and in 1998, when she vanished, or 1998, 1999, when she vanished, she was already 8 months pregnant. And this Chinese language news site, Bosu, I guess it's Bosun, reports that Zhang Weijie did not hide the truth about the affair, like her affair with the mayor. And after finding out about the pregnancy, she decided to just openly challenge the mayor's wife. And I'm not sure, like, what's the definition of openly challenge here, because it was never really described, like, what did she do at the beginning to challenge Gu Kailai. And, just, I guess she was just talking about her affair with the mayor, or she was just open about the fact that the child was his. But in response to, to that challenge, apparently, Gu Kailai would use China's national and public security forces to basically pressure Zhang Weijie to leave her job and disappear from the public eye and from her and her husband's lives. And apparently she used the public security, or like the resources, the public security, to cause Zhang Weijie to lose her job. So Zhang Weijie loses her TV news announcer job. And obviously, like, Zhang Weijie didn't want to back out and would still run some sort of, like, public shaming, like, campaign of shame towards, like, Gu Kailai, mainly for using, public resources to first force her to quit her job or lose her job. And then later, actually, Zhang Weijie got detained by, at the order of the mayor's wife. So she was allegedly detained by security officials at the Dalian. I'm really trying to get the tones right, because I'm trying to practice my Mandarin. But she was detained at Dalian Nanshan Hotel. I know it sounds weird, but Dalian Nanshan Hotel. And here is where the story gets a little bit blurry, because we don't know what exactly happens to her during that time, during her, her confinement, detention in this hotel. But apparently she goes through a mental breakdown, and she attempts suicide several times. She's like driven into hysterical state, and then she vanishes. So again, like, I don't know the details, like what happened in that hotel. Like, no one knows. wait. Classic politics. Nyla, supposedly a pregnant woman's body from an art expo, belonged to a Chinese newscaster. Yeah, that's it. So this case, like, if you're just tuning in, it's basically this love triangle between the mayor of the city of Dalian, his wife, and his mistress. The mistress falls pregnant, then she disappears. Obviously, like, at the order of the wife, she disappears, and then years later, it's, you know, suspected that one of the specimens at this human body exhibition, body worlds exhibition, is actually the mistress. So, you know, a lot to take in. Okay, but back to the story. So, you know, as I said, like, the story gets blurry. She goes through a mental breakdown. She attempts suicide several times. We don't know if that's even true. Maybe that's a story just to, you know, say like, oh, she was mentally disturbed and she attempted suicide and she had to be detained, or she went away, she went back to her hometown, whatnot, like, she's alive, she's well. I don't know. But basically this was the narrative, that she was attempting suicide, like, she attempted suicide a couple of times and she was hysterical. And then in 1998, 1999, just poof, she's gone. You know, suddenly she falls off the face of the earth and no one ever hears from her. Okay, now we need to take another step back, because how did this woman end up as the, you know, as a specimen at the Body World exhibition? It just seems like so random and it doesn't make sense. Like, suddenly she just shows up, and what does this exhibition have to do with the mayor of Dalian? So it just doesn't make sense. Or does it? So a bit of a background on the company behind this exhibition and the central person who started the whole concept. So Dr. von Hagens, the man behind the Body Worlds exhibition, is also the inventor of the specific body preservation technique called plastination. The plastination. Von Hagens patented the technique between 1977 and 1982. And then he founded the Institute of Plastination in, Heidelberg, in 1993. So I believe that's in Germany. He is German. He was German. Although he was kind of born in Poland. I found out and I was like, well, of course it would be a Polish person. So he was born in Poland, but at the time, that was 1945, Poland was annexed by Germany, so technically he was still born in Germany. It's just today this town, this city, is in Poland. Yeah. Creepy, possibly Polish person. Well, I mean, no, German person, but yeah, born in Poland. The body didn't rot in the period of time. No, because, okay, so if she was plastinated, like, the plastination process itself, that's very interesting. Like, it's basically stripping the body of its fat, like fat tissue, any like skin, all the tissues. It just preserving the muscle and bone tissue. And then it's also injecting, like, it's all about injecting like some sort of plastic solution or plastination solution into the circulation system to prevent the decomposition process. So no, those bodies do not rot. They are, you know, heavily preserved. And if this woman was ended up like in the hands of von Hagens, like if her body ended up in the hands of von Hagens, she was most likely plastinated, you know, shortly after her death. And yeah, and she didn't, you know, the body didn't rot. Okay. Hi, Kevin. Yeah, it's been a while. Okay, but moving on. Voiding. Oh, hey, I think they brought that an exhibit like that to my home city, if not that literal exhibit. Yeah, there's a couple of them. This one is the predecessor to Plastination. So I believe, you know, like, could have been this one, could have been another one that's bodied the exhibition. Another controversial one. Okay, so let me get back to it. Never trust a Polish person at all. Gone puppy. Yeah, no, don't trust us, you know? We're sneaky motherfuckers. Just two-faced people. No, I'm kidding. We're not. We just like kielbasa, we just like vodka, pierogies. That's all we... Okay, but shame our pierogies, and we're gonna be at, you know, you're gonna be on our list. Just so you know, don't shame pierogies, don't shame kielbasa. Kielbasa! Wait, why am I saying kielbasa so much? Okay, so back to the story. So basically, the first exhibition of the, like, whole human bodies was displayed, as I said before, in Japan in 1995, and over the next 2 years, von Hagens created and launched the first Body Worlds exhibition, which later included the pregnant woman's specimen. To begin with, this exhibition stirred a lot of controversy among people, different communities. The bodies are also, you know, like, So mainly it stirred controversy because the human specimens ended up being plastinated and modeled in different lifelike poses. So as you can see here, like, one is kind of like jumping over the God, I never know what's the bar. So the, you know, like, athletes kind of jumping over the bar. Another one is playing chess. There were some other poses, like, obviously if you look it up, there's like variety, so many poses that they plastinate the bodies in. I'm Ukrainian, does that count? Sure. Sure, why not? It's crazy. I actually remember seeing the pregnant lady in that exhibit. They had, yeah, like, that was, I think that was the first pregnant specimen, like this heavily pregnant specimen. Ever since, like, they got a few of them, which also is controversial. I don't know. I'm not gonna, like, dive too much into that. So, as I said, the bodies are plastinated in those, like, lifelike poses. So, you know, that stirred controversy. Like, oh, is this desecrating the, obviously the corpses, the deceased? And on one occasion, von Hagens was actually preparing the so-called sex plastination exhibition that was planned to launch in Berlin, in which the human couple's bodies would be modeled in different positions of intercourse. So obviously not, you know, like, that stirred even more controversy, because some weird, twisted, sexy time. I mean, sure, it's educational, you know, don't get me wrong, it's still educational, like, you know, like, but, you know, and they are literally just bodies with only muscles and bones. So it's not like it's, you know, actual human beings, like, I don't know, living humans having sex in public. I don't know. I mean, it's still a little uncomfortable, unless you dig that. But then you're, you know, if you dig this, then you're kind of a necrophile. So that's fucked up on a whole different level. So please don't do that. Please don't. And if you are, please exit this stream. I just, no, I can't deal with that. Nope, sex plastination, nope. What? Very interesting. I don't, that's, you know, that's how that happened. That happened. I don't know if that exhibition actually happened in Berlin. It was being prepared. I guess it did happen. There are pictures, but IDK. I'm not about that. But okay, so back to the story and connection between von Hagens and the Plastination Company and Bo Xilai. So in 1996, Dr. von Hagens accepted a visiting professorship at Dalian Medical University, so in the city of Dalian. Although him and his family deny any personal or professional relationship to the former mayor of Dalian, Bo Xilai, there's just too many weird weird coincidences for it to be completely untrue and for there to not be any connection at all. Like, to me, it's just, there's just too many coincidences, like weird circumstances. So between 1999 and 2001, von Hagens founded ItalianPlastination Limited with a plastination factory in the city of Dalian. And the reason for that is likely because China had or has no specific laws that regulate or ban processing or export of human corpses. And this was, you know, this was the easiest place to set up the plastination company without problematic regulations about processing of human corpses. And while the standard procedure of the plastination company is to basically alter facial features of the bodies they receive in order to protect the person's privacy and prevent any sort of, like, any form of identification, it was spotted and pointed out pretty quickly that the bodies, you know, exhibited in that, you know, in that event, in that exposition, belonged to individuals of Chinese or Asian descent, or East Asian descent. Of course, this wasn't the first company of von Hagens's. He already had a number of plastination factories all over the world. But the problem is this specific factory in Dalian would go on to create the most overwhelming number of specimens, of human specimens. And this is kind of overwhelming, but as reported by a German magazine, Spiegel, until 2003, the factory in Dalian produced 647 complete human specimens, and those were bodies sourced from China, from Dalian, 4,000 partial specimens, and 182 fetal and newborn specimens. So that's a lot. That's almost 5,000 people. That's 5,000 people from, you know, from China. I mean, supposedly bodies from China. But okay, you know, the official Body World's website claims that all the specimens are obtained by getting very specific consent from the body's owner, way ahead of their death. So they give consent to be, you know, for their body to be repurposed as for educational purposes, for the exhibition purposes. But there is a number of specimens that were essentially unclaimed bodies without identification. So how do you get consent for those? Like, who do you get it from? Unless there's family, but they were not identified. So who do you get the consent from? And then there were some very disturbing reports. Apparently, former employees who worked at ItalianPlastination Limited for a year and a half. There was this one employee who worked there for, who worked at this company for a year and a half. And this person would claim that when they would receive new bodies, those bodies had no identification, and there was no documentation indicating in any way that there was consent of the body's owner or the family to process this body. There was no information about what kind of terminal disease did this person have, no information on the cause of death whatsoever. So they were just bodies. Like, there was no information on how they died, and if it was like of natural causes, anything else. The witness said that they would literally receive a truck stacked with bodies one on top of another. So there's no like, clearly this was a truck full of bodies just like piled up, and yeah, and that's it. Like, they had nothing on them. Like, they had no identification, no documentation. And this person would also say that during the plastination process, they would discover bullets and bullet holes in the body. And a popular execution, like form of execution in China in the 1990s and 2000s was a shot to the head or neck. And allegedly that's where the gunshot like gunshot wounds and bullets were found on some of the bodies. Like according to this witness, like they would find the, you know, a bullet hole to the head, the body's head, or you know, or the neck. Not only that, but Dalian was also known to conduct hundreds of illegal confinements and executions of a new religious movement, Falun Gong. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. But basically, the members of this religious movement were, you know, constantly repressed, imprisoned, and executed very often. And this repression actually started around 1999. The same year, the Plastination factory was being approved, or like was forming. So this business was already there. So a coincidence? I don't know. Like many people disappeared at the time. And many specimens appeared in that company, like, you know, plastinated specimens. So I don't know. I mean, there was never any proof that it's them, but who knows? So again, a small step back. I can't speak. So von Hagens gets his company approved between 1999 and 2001, and Bo Xilai was Dalian's mayor during that time. It was never clearly stated and proven, but it's very likely that Bo Xilai was the one to approve of the company's establishment. It is also rumored that he was granted, like von Hagens, sorry, not Bo Xilai, but von Hagens was also granted an honorary citizenship in the city of Dalian. And this is just weird, neither the citizenship in China nor the permission to build a factory like that would be an easy thing to obtain. Impossible even, unless you have some sort of connection, cooperation, or benefit. You know, you give benefit to the city's governing body, or, you know, people that are positioned, like, you know, they have high positions. And for this part, you better be sitting down, because it's just too suspicious. But basically, like, this blew my mind, but the general manager of the human specimen, the Plastination company, Plastination factory in Dalian city was, wait for it, Gu Kailai, Bo Xilai's wife. This bitch. She was the manager, the general manager of the Plastination company in Dalian. Coincidence? Yeah, I think the fuck not. And this factory was important enough to them, like to the mayor and the wife, so that, like, so important that they put the wife in charge of it. And I will not for a moment believe that there was no personal connection between the mayor and the wife and and Dr. von Hagens, who, by the way, is nicknamed Dr. Death or Dr. Frankenstein. So you don't get a citizen, like Chinese citizenship, a permission for the factory that processes human bodies, and the mayor's wife to help you out, like as your general manager, if you don't have some sort of connection, or you don't have like some sort of understanding and some sort of agreement with them. I'm sitting upside down. Nice. That is Blaze said that's fucking creepy. Yeah, that is fucking creepy. He found a way to dispose of the mistress and not as suspicious. Like, I mean, you know, see, not be suspected because she's the general manager, so she was in charge of like documentation. Definitely, she could do anything. She could just, you know, just make a body appear and disappear, whatever. Okay, so circling back to the love triangle between Bo Xilai, Gu Kailai, and Zhang Weijie, there is something else that was extremely suspicious. So after Zhang Weijie was fired from her job at the TV station and then detained at the hotel, allegedly by Gu Kailai's order, and eventually disappeared. At the same time, all videos, all pictures, and data about Zhang Weijie suddenly poofs away. Like, it's just deleted. It disappears. All the information completely gone. Like, apparently, like, you couldn't even find, like, oh, how old was she? How tall was she? Like, just nothing. And who is capable of erasing a person in China? Well, I would say the government and someone who holds a very high position. So she is gone for a while. Like, her pictures couldn't be found. Nothing. Now, the only thing we know is that Zhang Weijie was about 8 months pregnant when she vanished. And then the gynecologist from Korea, because there was this show in Korea, I think as SBS, I don't remember, but like, this show basically consulted a gynecologist to look at the photos of the pregnant woman's specimen from the Body Worlds exhibition, and based on the position of the uterus and the size of the baby, this woman was also about 8 months pregnant. So both of those, like both Zhang Weijie and this specimen, they were at the same stage of pregnancy. There was obviously a petition to have the DNA of the body tested to possibly identify the body. Obviously, there was a demand to the Plastination company to reveal the identity of this body. But unfortunately, you know, supposedly the Plastination process destroys the vast majority of the DNA material required to make the test, like, valid and make it happen. And obviously, you know, the Plastination company would not reveal the identity of this specimen, if they had it, even. But then again, there is one person who should know the identity of this specimen, and that is Dr. von Hagens. So when this conspiracy theory blew up, von Hagens was asked about this particular specimen, and this is how he responded. Essentially, he claims that this specimen was a Chinese woman, surprise, surprise, a Chinese woman who was a friend of his wife. And the woman's family donated the body. And okay, but how did you know that this woman is gonna die? Like, why would you, if you obtain the consent of the you know, the owner's body, like oh my god, not the owner's body, the body's owner, like, way ahead of their death, like, how did you obtain, why would this woman think that she's gonna die? I don't know, like, it's kind of weird. But apparently he did obtain the consent of the family, and the family donated her body, but he refused to reveal the woman's identity, even though he was, like, very hard on the fact that, okay, this woman was of Chinese descent and she was a friend of my wife's. Like, you know, she was just my wife's friend. And Dr. von Hagens also said that now his company only uses bodies from Europeans and Americans who granted their consent to being plastinated specifically, and they granted the consent, like, way ahead of their death. He claims to have stopped using bodies from China after the German prosecution ran an investigation into the fact that at least 7 bodies in his exhibition could have been executed prisoners. So there was actually some proof. Like, he actually pulled, he was forced to pull 7 specimens from his exhibition because they were proven to be, or they are believed to be, executed prisoners from Dalian and from China. And what happened to Bo Xilai and his wife? So both of them were actually stripped of their positions and put in prison. In July 2013, or between 2012 and 2013, Bo Xilai was charged with bribery, embezzlement, and abuse of power. Surprise, surprise. And he was sentenced to life in prison. But even more interesting is what did Gu Kailai do to be put in prison? Basically, she was charged with murder. She was charged with murder of a British businessman by the name of Neil Haywood, or Haywood. He was actually her business partner. And there were some rumors that she was also in a relationship with him. But how it ended, so basically she poisoned the guy. So she poisoned Haywood, apparently after he demanded a hefty sum of $22 million after a failed real estate venture. And when Gu Kailai refused, Haywood started threatening Gu Kailai's son. So yeah, she decided to poison him and make it look like he overdosed or something, but obviously it came out. Initially, she was actually sentenced to death, but then the sentence was changed to life imprisonment. Although there are also some rumors that, you know, both Bo Xilai and Gu Kailai were never the people in the trial. Like, they used a substitute, like substitutes, which is apparently a popular practice among like rich people in China. I think there was like a term for it. Wait, I have to like check it, but there was actually a term for the, oh yeah, wait, 顶罪. Okay, so the term for this like practice of hiring imposters or body doubles to stand trial and receive punishment in one's place is 顶罪. So that's an actual thing. And you know, some people believe that it's not, you know, it wasn't Gu Kailai and it wasn't Bo Xilai, and they just used body doubles. But yeah. And after this scandal came out, you know, in 2012, you know, featuring the couple, Zhang Weijie's case emerged, and people started asking questions. They started asking, like, where is this person? Like, she suddenly disappeared. She was connected to this mayor. She was connected to the wife. There was this whole shit show happening in the late 1990s, early 2000s. So where is she? But that's where we are today. There are no clear answers. This is still a conspiracy theory. No one tested the body. Like, no one is able to test the body for DNA. And obviously von Hagens never revealed where the body came from. Like, you know, who is this person? Like, he revealed where the body supposedly came from, but he never revealed the name of the person who, you know, the body belongs to. So many twists. Yeah. But that's where we are. That's where we stand. This case is still unsolved. And it will likely never be solved. Like, honestly, I highly doubt it. Okay, but before we finish, it's a short case. It's not a long case, obviously. But before we finish, I just wanted to give my thanks to all of my patrons. As you can see, there's a lot of you guys. Thank you so much for trusting me, for supporting my my content, and for being there for all of the you know, true crime streams on Patreon and events on Patreon. Hey, I mean, you know, I really appreciate it. If you guys, you know, if you guys want to join Patreon and get all of that bonus content, you can go ahead, check it out. There's quite a bit of, like, a few perks, and I think it's worth it. Okay, let me switch back to the chat room. So that's it. You know, that's it for the case. Again, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, you know, take a second to hit that like button. It really helps the algorithm to push my channel a little bit more, and it really helps me, you know, grow the channel. So thank you in advance. And as for this weekend's event, yeah, there's gonna be a stream. I'm gonna be playing games with my patrons on stream, and we'll see. It might be Phasmo. I might die in Phasmo. I might die in Don't Starve Together, or I might die in Crab Game, Squid Game. And then next week, we're gonna have the History, Mystery, and Wine stream on Patreon. So I'm gonna get a little tipsy, and I will talk about the story of the Beast of Gévaudan. And that's an interesting one. Like, I love that story. But yeah, I never talked about it while I'm drunk. So gonna be interesting. I'm gonna get hammered. This reminds... Okay, I don't know how to... What? How to's with my name? Okay, I'm sorry if I that's a tough nickname, username. This reminds me of Burke and Hare. They basically did the same thing, but way back in the Victorian times, where universities used to buy out recently deceased folks. They went grave robbing. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, that was right. Grave robbing was quite a popular practice in like medieval times and quite a while ago. But yeah, like, yeah, essentially very similar. It's just this time they really managed to like hide it well. Sorry I joined at the end here. Hey, no worries, follower. No worries. Thank you so much for joining anyway. YouTube forcing you to get rid of the birthday stream is a true crime. Bubbles, I mean, you're onto something. Yeah, like it's a shame. Like it's a shame. I wish I could have kept it. But I can't, obviously, because I mean I could have. It just I would have to like cut the stream and cut the songs out. But hey, if I have another karaoke stream, like I'm gonna let you guys know. Obviously, I'm gonna announce it, and you can tune in and just listen to me, you know, sing. But then it's gonna be gone. Yeah, I really like that story too. There I receive headpad. Sure, Titus. Here, headpad. Headpad. All the headpads you want. Hello. Oh, Hex Gengar. Another one of my patrons. Am I late? Oh, very late. Like, we're actually done. Like, I'm actually done. So, Soul Suspect. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I have to do the Soul Suspect stream sometime soon. I have to get back to Resident Evil, I believe 2? 3? I don't remember. Drunk Sona is best Sona. Yeah, not gonna complain. Like I'm having a blast. I might not remember everything, but I'm having a blast. No, I'm kidding. I don't get that drunk. I remember everything. I just, you know, I guess my speech kind of gets diluted, very diluted, and at one point I don't even know what I'm talking about. I remember. Wait, Nicholas Holly. I remember Burke and Hare from the Val Luton. Plastic the Body Snatchers starring Boris Karloff. I have to look into that case. I haven't heard of it. Just means we'll give more money on your next birthday. Wait, I mean, I never, you know, I never require you to. I'm very, very thankful that you guys do donate, and it's, you know, obviously, like, that was last birthday stream was a lot, and thank you guys so much for those donations. Do not donate if you cannot, if you're not in the financial position to do so. Okay, do not, like, really, just, you know, take care of yourself, take care of your life first. Please don't throw money at someone if, you know, if you're in a tough spot. Everyone tell Fear she is great at singing. Ah, Gone Puppy. Thank you. You know, like, I'm okay. I'm a perfectionist. Like, I think, honestly, I do know that I can sing. I'm just mad that you know, like, I failed a couple of times. Like, it's, yeah, I could have done better. Like, seriously, I think it could have been better, and yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I like singing. I love watching your videos, but this was a different vibe, and I love it. Let's go. Yeah. Well, I hope to see you in the next one. There's gonna be, you know, there's a lot of true crime videos coming up. Next week there's gonna be one. Well, there's gonna be 2 true crime cases on. Well, 1 true crime case on YouTube, 1 true crime case on Patreon, and 1 history, mystery, history, mystery, and wine on Patreon. So there's gonna be 2 streams on Patreon and 1 stream on YouTube. Well, I mean, obviously, like, more gaming streams too. Okay. Resident Evil 4 remake is coming. Promise me you'll clap Osmond Sadler and Los Ilumados. I'm retired from gaming. Ah. I'll try my best. Okay, so thank you so much. Well, time to go broke for helping you along. Please don't. Seriously, if you're going broke, don't throw money at me. Just keep the money. I'm just happy that you're here and you're watching and you're liking the videos, and you know, like, please share the videos if you can. I would really, really appreciate it. Okay. Your singing voice sounds like an angel, Sona. Ah, thank you. Definitely great at singing. I unfortunately was only able to watch the beginning of the birthday stream. Aw, thank you so much. Thank you. Hey, and no worries, like, there's gonna be more coming. Your Sona, best detective, gamer, and singer. Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. I would argue with that gamer part. I suck at gaming. Did you see that? Like, have you ever watched my gaming streams? Holy shit. Oh, you have. Demon Taker. Come on now. I die so much. Alrighty, but thank you so much for tuning in today. Stay safe out there. Always oh god. Ah! Well, I failed my ending again. Damn. Okay, so stay safe out there. Always lock your doors and windows. Bury your axes in your garden or somewhere. Just get rid of your axes. And magpies are dicks. And please don't, you know, please don't steal bodies. Or, you know, don't plastinate them in like sexy positions. That's kind of weird. But that's it. Until the next time. Bye.